Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the Preacha-OK. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. The year of possibilities. The year to see what happens. You know, the year of abundance. The year of witnessing, seeing, experiencing the harvest of your sowing and reaping. Abundance, enjoying the fruits of your labor. That kind of a year. I'm the kind of person that live openly. I'm comfortable speaking on whatever I feel led to speak on. It is a challenge for me to be silent. It's a challenge. To me, silence has been something bad in my life. It's always been something bad. Silence has been something that's been forced on me since a child. It was something that was forced on me. Um, if you tell, I'm going to kill somebody. So when you're taught as early as 5 years old that your words can kill somebody, well, damn. And then I was able to see that when you do tell, even if it's something that should be taken seriously, something really important, that you can get a whooping. You can get in trouble if you say something. So, silence, being quiet, keeping secrets, it became something evil to me. When I had the right to speak up, I felt like I had the right to speak up. But if I came forward with truthful information, as early as 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, you know, someone would get in trouble, could possibly die, anything. Well, when I was 11, someone did die, possibly related to what was happening to me. I was being molested for all those years, ages 5 to 11. That's 6 years. So forced silence interfered with my natural ability to learn when it's appropriate to be silent. So when I was safe enough, old enough, mature enough to be able to speak and not be threatened with silence, it became liberty for me. And I became honest, open, upfront, let it all out kind of a person with pride and joy and freedom and liberty attached to it. Being able to speak was a gift. Being able to be heard was a gift. Who cares what I'm talking about? I can speak and there's no penalty. No one's gonna die. I won't get a whooping. And I was able to become a speaker and honest and everything up front with joy until during my second marriage. A lot happened in that second marriage. It was the most educational platform relationship in my lifetime. It was where a lot of learning took place. My second marriage was like a university, you know, but it was there when I learned that being so open and honest was equally dangerous. Being open and honest and telling it all, no matter what, whether good or bad or regardless to the consequences, so to speak, that was equally dangerous. And how I learned that was I'm being completely open, completely honest, letting it all loose to my husband, which should have been, a good, safe place to do all this. It should have been. It should have been. But it wasn't. He was not reciprocating it. He had a whole secret life. And all my honesty and all my openness, he was using it against me to help build his secret life, really. Every honesty was a brick handed to him to build a new life with his new wife. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how to be any other way at this point. I mean, I can't let his misuse of my gift, my love, my joy of speaking and being honest. I can't let his misuse of it to silence me. I know what silence can do. It really can kill people, even if it's the person who's threatening me. You know, the one child molester of mine, he was a, full blown, adult. He was married to one of my aunties, an auntie's husband. So he would threaten to kill, certain people if I told. But he ended up being dead in the end. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that ended up dead. He himself, the one that was threatening. So from that experience, I knew that I could not afford to let my husband silence me. I knew that's what his goal was. He just wanted me to shut up because I wasn't only honest with him, but I was honest with other people, anybody and everybody. Why not? Why not? What's wrong with honesty in my mind? You know what I mean? But he taught me, he went out of his way to teach me how dangerous it is to keep being honest with someone who is using it against you. But I had to hold on to my only joy in life. My only joy in life was the freedom to speak. That's my only joy. I can't let him do this to me. I continued to speak and talk until he left. I knew it would happen. I knew it would happen. Just like that uncle ended up being the one dead. I knew my ex-husband was going to have to let him die in his own secret, silent life. Let him have it. I'm going to keep speaking. So between his secret life and my gift of speaking, he left. Praise God. And I stayed. And to this day, I got my YouTube channel. I didn't let evil win this time. I didn't let it win. So my ex and his new woman, they can secretly just keep on living their best happy life in silence. I don't know her, don't ever want to know her, and I don't ever want to see him again. They need to stay secret, silent, quiet somewhere because I'm going to keep talking and being honest and sharing whatever Most High give me permission to share. Like I said, I have hundreds and thousands of emails between me and my ex. And also, I have hundreds of emails that I wrote to another soul out there concerning my marriage because I had nowhere else to go. My husband was trying to silence me, but I was not going to be quiet. I created a whole new, what was called Dear Diary. I wrote someone from my past who knew me from my past but didn't know anything about my present life because so many years had gone by that they didn't know me anymore. You know what I mean? So, and then I did a little research on his life. It was a guy from high school. And I did a lot of research on his life to see what were his chances of trying to come after me, if I wrote him so intimately. I mean, I wrote, my dear diary was like writing to God himself. Because I talk to God just like this. I'd be like, Lord, you know, I just talk to God open, just like I do y'all. Like I did my exes in writing, like I did Dear Diary. I have hundreds, if not 1,000, Dear Diary entries talking about this was before the suicide attempt and a little bit after the suicide attempt. I realized after the suicide attempt, I could no longer afford to do the Dear Diary thing anymore. I got to let this go. I got to let it go. It was hard, but I did it. You got to know when to hold and you got to know when to fold in life. You got to know when to fold. I'd rather end a relationship and fold it than to become a liar, than to omit information. Omission is a type of lying too. It is. So I am going to fight for my right to be honest and open and speak. I'm going to fight for that no matter what until the day I die. Because I know that I hate silence. I hate lying and silence and cheating. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Learned to hate it when I was a child. And yes, people do exploit my honesty. Almost everyone I know has exploited my honesty. All family, all friends, everybody. Not one soul stands that hasn't exploited it. As far as family and friends. You know what I mean? So even in the midst of all this, I may not have relationships with these people anymore because I'd rather cut them off than them mold me into something that I don't want to be. I don't want to be silent and quiet. I don't. Been there, done that. I lived through it. It's my time to speak. And people just need to get over themselves. They need to check themselves and leave me alone. Because I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not. I'd rather die first. And that's what those 5 suicide attempts meant. My 5 suicide attempts during that marriage was not because I'm some weak, scared, broke down hoe. Not 100% anyway. I can tell you that. It was because I refused to be silenced. I refused to be molded into some doormat that can't even defend herself. I refused to do it. And when you refuse to submit and bow down to certain people, they turn up the heat on your ass. They become so vicious and mean, and they learn how to throw dirt and hide their hands. And, you know, they use other people to attack you, like sugar babies and other women and your family. They'll use money and buy other people to turn against you. And it's crazy what people will do to try to silence you. I learned it's better to die. It's better to die than to be controlled and dominated by anything outside of Most High. If Most High ain't the one telling me what to do, who the hell are you? And the reason why this will be another video, you know, I know we're trained and taught that, suicide is the worst thing ever and all that. And I would never encourage anyone to, consider such a thing. Of course not. Yet, we need to talk about what it really represents to people. We're taught it's the coward's way out. Again, this is another video. It's the coward's way out and it's weak people and shame on you, all that kind of stuff, guilt tripping people. Well, I'll just say one thing, and then, like I said, this will be another video where I can go in deeper and deeper on the value of my experience. Ha ha, how about that? No one wants to hear about the value in the attempts. Well, I did it 5 times and I can say whatever the hell I want about suicide attempts. But one thing I can tell you is that it is truly, truly a cry out for help. It's usually somebody actually fighting for their life. It's a representation of the people in your life trying to make you do stuff you don't want to do. Like a lot of people being transported across the Atlantic, uh, you know, ocean during the slave trading. A lot of people jumped off the boat. They did not want to be forced into something they didn't agree to themselves personally. For some reason, that's understandable. Oh, well, a slave ship, slaves jumping off, that makes sense. You're being, purchased and sold and, you're headed to slavery, so people kind of justify and understand that. But if your uncles, in my case, 3, were molesting me for 6 years, oh, I can't, attempt suicide over that. That's my fault. I'm the one that look weak and stupid. A husband that's forcing me to adopt kids, you know, telling me my black skin is evil as often as he could sleekly do it. Um, just not following through on any important thing while I'm working my ass off, I'm making sure we both get PhDs. I'm making sure all of our kids are stars. You know what I'm saying? I'm buying. I'm investing in generational wealth, and everything I'm doing, he's in the background just chipping away at it, chipping away. Agreeing on the front end, but during the middle and back end, stripping me of all of the ideas. Yes to my face, and even agreeing on some shit, but then, secretly removing it. Well, I'm dependent, you know? So, and people say, well, still ain't no reason for you to take yourself out, you dumb bitch. That still ain't no reason. That's the kind of responses I get. You got to be stronger than that. Never let a man do this, never let a man do that. But I'm like, well, we entered the marriage one way. He changed and won't tell me what he's doing. I don't know until it's done that he, you know, hate me and it's just gonna leave me for somebody, using me to raise kids, knowing that he don't want me. Why have why have force a woman to adopt kids when you don't even want her? You don't even want me. So why are you forcing me to bring someone else on the scene? So people don't understand, or they do understand. They just don't want to deal with their own life. Me speaking up and me fighting to live the life I want, even if I have to kill off the life that he's trying to force on me. Somehow people, instead of admitting that they don't have the courage and strength to change their life the way they want to, really want to, they rather brag about how independent they are. Well, they don't know how independence can slip away in a second. Your little fake independence can slip away so fast, you end up on your ass. It's not always about you being independent that your life turned out so great. It's what Most High have planned for you. It's what He sets up for you. He can give it to you today and take that shit away from you tomorrow. Then what? Where's your independence then? Like, I'm careful right now pursuing independence. I'm not even that gun ho about it, to be honest. I'm forced into it. I'm one of the women who are forced to be independent right now because he secretly kept all his, plans to himself so he could run off and do whatever he wanted to do. When he doing that shit, and I don't want to hear nothing about it, I don't want to see it, fuck it. Okay? But I'm just glad that I still have my voice. I kept my voice, my ability to speak and be honest and collect evidence along the way because I learned how he played. I watched him and learned, took notes, told him about it. I would even tell him what he's doing and write about it. I put it in an email based on this choice, this choice, this choice, regardless to what he's saying. It didn't matter what he was talking about. I learned that his words didn't matter. But of course, in my life, everything mattered. So that's why I started putting his words in writing. I started emailing everything. Anything was across email because everything do matter. But what I mean by his words didn't matter is that he's telling me one thing, but doing something else in the background to undermine everything we agreed to. So if that's just how he is, I had to learn. I had to, I'm very good. You need the key. Check my coat pocket. Probably the coat pocket. Try to consistently keep it there. But yeah, so I had to protect my right to speak and be honest. I had to protect that right within myself, even at the risk of killing somebody or myself. That sounds crazy, I know. But that's just how important my liberty and freedom is. I'm willing to fight for it. My first husband was military, and he was sent to Japan and the Philippines fighting for our rights over here. What's the difference? What's the difference between the government suiting and booting you up and sending you all over the world to fight and kill people or be killed or whatever for the American right? Well, I have the right to do the same shit for myself. Who the hell can stop me? Doing whatever I got to do for my rights as an individual person. If Most High, when Most High, need me to be quiet about something, He just won't let me know about it. It's Most High's job to regulate my mouth, regulate my mind. Not no parents, not no uncles and aunts, not no husband for sure, not no kids, not no friends, not no nobody. Nobody regulate me but Most High. I live in a world with other people, so yes, I have to be considerate of rules and regulations and things for social reasons. Okay, that just makes sense. But as far as me, I don't do force well, from family and friends. I don't do that very well. You're not going to force me to be quiet, and you ain't going to force me to speak either. Most High is the one that regulate me, period. And I'm willing to die for my rights. If I have to kill you or myself, my rights will be protected, period. And yes, this does sound way out there somewhere. So be it. So be it. Yes, I will kill anybody for my rights, including myself. That's how we're trained here in this country. It's okay to kill for somebody else, but not for yourself. What? Huh? What? Yeah. Yeah, I ain't scared of death. I ain't scared of your death or my death. Why should I be? We all have an appointed time. We all have an appointed time. I ain't scared of your silence. I ain't scared of your voice. I read silence. You can be quiet as you want. Most High still gonna tell me what's going on. You can talk all the crap you want. Most High still gonna let me know what the truth is. My ex had no choice but to leave me. He had no choice. Because if you're determined to be, deceptive, lying, cheating, destroying a family, you can only be around a person like me but for so long. And he already saw that I was willing to take myself out. Who the hell he think he is? He ain't special. He definitely ain't more special than me. So all those people he thought he was using to take me out, make me depressed, steal from me, money and everything. You know, all those people he used try to take me down, take me out. None of that shit worked. All I know is that the people in my life that try to be like that one uncle was, threaten me. He the one end up dead. That's all I can say. I don't know who did it. It don't even matter. Well, in my life, everything matters. I use everything. No stone is unturned in my life. There's a lot of people in this world, among my family and friends, they got a lot of secrets and they get a lot of pleasure for some reason and holding these secrets close to their chest and laugh at you when you fall. They know they hold information that could make my life better, but they get pleasure in keeping secrets and watching people fail. That's what they want to do. I can't control them, but I can control me. I can stay away from them so that no one can be hurt. And I can go on with my life with my voice, even if I stand alone. My voice is so important to me that I regulated myself through Most High, the Holy Spirit, of course. Hey, baby. How about water or apple juice? Because pop is more like for breakfast and dinner. Remember, pop is a breakfast and dinner thing. But in the mornings, we can do like milk, orange juice, apple juice. Breakfast stuff. Okay, or cereal. You want cereal? Huh? You're thirsty? Well, get some water. Water works all day long. He doesn't want to hear that. So, anyway, I just want to share that and explain, you know, my perspective on silence. And another quick story about silence. When my daughter was in high school, she was, a star athlete. She was a basketball player in high school. And between ninth and 10th grade, she was having a problem with her basketball coach. And he was also uh, the teacher in two of her classes. And he was grooming her to be his woman. Okay. And I was like, what? Mm-mm. No, 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 no. And one of the things that she said to me was that her, uh, I'll just say his name, Mr. Musinski. Mr. Musinski said that I was giving him the silent treatment, Mom. I was like, he said, what? Now, you know the word silent always go off in my head like a big old alarm. I was like, what the hell? That's some married people shit. That ain't no high school girl relationship with her coach. The silent treatment? What? So I got a little bit closer to the situation. I'm always close anyway, but that drew me closer. And that's another video. But come to find out, that one statement using the word silence, I was able to prove that this man was trying to make my daughter his girlfriend. So I did whatever I could to stop that and shut it down. So, you know, I was raised to be silent and don't tell, be quiet, or something bad gonna happen to you. Once I became an adult, I was like, fuck that. Ain't nobody gonna shut me up again, ever. And yes, I know I need to use my voice with caution. I get that. I see how being so open and honest, people can use it against me. I see that. Well, that's on them. If you have the guts to stab me in the back with my honesty, then that's on you. That's on you. That's on you. If you can afford to do it, do it. I've had people where I've gone to them and shared with them that Most High has given me a business idea for us. This business idea is for us. Well, they didn't commit to me, but still took the business idea. Well, it was for us, it wasn't for you alone. So, in a couple of those cases, those people went on without me, ahead of me, deliberately left me back. And Most High let them go ahead and launch whatever they thought they was doing. But he didn't even give it to you. And I made it known it was for us. And what happened? It blew up in their face. He let him even do it. He even let them open up a whole business and let it close in their face too. I'm just saying. So I don't have a reason to be silenced or shut up, or I don't have to, walk on eggshells with people. I refuse. I refuse. Somebody gonna die if you keep forcing your shit on me. Somebody gonna die. Period. And if it's not a person, the idea dies, something's going to die based on my experience. Something's going to be restricted, limited, canceled, period. So with me, you got to come straight with no chaser. That's how I am with you. That's how you got to be with me, or it's best to just stay out of my life. If you decide to stay in my life with a bunch of bullshit, it's not going to work out for you. It won't. So that's why I speak loud, speak proud, and say what I need to say. And I don't let threats stop me. You will be gone before I'm gone. You will be impacted before I'm impacted. I have the authority to speak now. It's my season, my reason, just like Ecclesiastes. It's a time to shut up and a time to be, say what you need to say. Well, I lived my forced silence years. I lived through all that crap. Now I'm living through my voice that Most High give me, period. And I'm not afraid to die. And I'm not afraid to kill you either. I'm not. I just choose not to. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to go to jail, or I don't want that on my record. I don't want to, have to do that. But that don't mean I won't. Just because I choose not to. It don't mean I won't. It don't mean I don't know how. It don't mean none of that. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying. And I don't need nobody else to do it for me. I don't need no other man, no other woman, no sugar babies and her friends and whoever I can gather up to do my dirt. No, I do my own dirt. I don't need nobody else to cover for me. Most High got me. He got me fully suited up and booted up for the truth, to speak my truth, not your truth, mine. As I share on my channel, my story, my business, if it resonate with you, great. If not, click off. It's really that simple. All right, guys, you all be blessed. And if you're led to be silent, great. But if you're led to speak, speak. Either way, you have the right, and fight for your right. And fighting don't always mean physically in the street brawling, getting arrested and stuff. It ain't always got to be that way. All I could do during that marriage was keep being honest and open and let him know what's going on and handle my business. And no matter what he was secretly doing in the background to undermine me, I just had to know that Most High was going to win. That's all I could do. Just know that Most High was going to win. I just knew his arms were too short to box with God. That's all I knew. He was swinging in the wind, throwing dirt. I don't know what he was throwing dirt at, but I just, continued to keep it real, collect my evidence, and keep it pushing. He just had to run off and just marry whatever because I wasn't gonna have that shit no more. Whether we stayed married or not was irrelevant. You are not gonna control me. You're not gonna silence me. And just because I had 5 attempts, don't mean you ain't gonna die. I'm just saying. We all have an appointed time. And I'm the kind of person, I love life. I mean, I love to go on vacations and I love to have friends. I love to help people. And, I'll give my last, take shoes off my feet to give people. That's just who I am. I'm not the kind of person to even want to die. I have never been truly suicidal. I was just married to someone who hate me so much till, it just, the hate becomes so unbearable. The lying and cheating and deceptions, it just becomes so unbearable. And when you don't have people around you that love you enough to pull you out, help you out, when you feel your options are limited, you know? Just like, okay, you wanna have sex with me, but I can't tell nobody somebody gonna die like as a kid. How to make this make sense? So again, forcing me to adopt and raise kids. Do you know how personal that is? You can't force adoption on somebody. I mean, that's so unnatural. It just, it just, it was worse than being raped as a child. Being forced to adopt and raise a whole human being who was taught to hate me. He was teaching the same child that he forced me to adopt and raise. He was teaching that child to hate me the whole time. To the point when he decided to leave me for another woman, this child just happily went on with him. Even though this child was grown, a grown child happily, you know, took his side. And I just said, forget it. Let them both go. And the third, it was 2 children involved. Just let them all go. Let them all go. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life trying to explain to these boys how horrible their dad was to me. There's no benefit in that because they would never believe me anyway. They like white women too. They don't even date black women. They hate us. All 3 of them. So he taught his sons to use people and then abandon them. That's the kind of father he turned out to be. That's the example he taught them. And I want no parts of it. None, not any piece of it. My daughters that I gave birth to, and my natural grandchildren, we deserve better than that. My grandsons that are 15 and younger, they don't need 2 grown men hovering over them trying to teach them to hate me too. Secretly, they gonna secretly in the background teach my 7 grandsons to hate me. Yeah, get her money, but then at the end, fuck her. I wasn't gonna let that energy linger in my family. So when my ex-husband divorced me to run off with his white woman, I had to cut off the adopted sons too because he taught them to hate me, use me and hate me. He taught them that by example, and I would be dumb to think otherwise. So I have the right to protect my integrity, and I don't have to explain myself to nobody. But I do choose to have this channel, YouTube channel, to share my story in hopes to benefit. Yes, I want to gain from all this pain. I don't want my 5 suicide attempts to be in vain. No, I'd rather share my story and hope that it end up in a movie. hope that it end up TV shows, hope that it end up in, you know, books that actually are successful. My ex-husband didn't leave me much else to work with. So I will not be silent. I won't. I won't. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it so much. Click like, subscribe. I'm not monetized on YouTube. I'm a little ways away from being able to be monetized. I think I need a lot more views or something, or something. I don't even know. You know, I'm just so into getting my story out. That's more important right now at the moment, anyway, than focusing on, just, money alone. I have a little alimony that I'm surviving off of. And so I'm making it right now. And it's enough for me to just be creative. And I'm thankful for my alimony so I can be creative and build up this body of work. But I do need to be able to replace it, fairly soon. But that's where trusting Most High come in and, focusing on myself, my kids, my grandkids for now. Because I was cheated and robbed through forced adoption. I was forced to give, other women, kids attention and take away from my own natural kids. And I'm trying to make up for that now. I'm trying to make up for that. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I don't have enough resources, but I'm making do with what I got. Having a voice and standing up for myself, speaking up. People wanted me dead. I end up sleeping in my car, I end up homeless while people were stealing my ideas, put me in the street while stealing my ideas, put me in the street. That's all right. Most High saw everything. Most High saw how pure, honest I was. So I'm not going to always be down this low. I'm not. I'm going to rise. It's just going to take time. And I appreciate your patience. Those of you, of my 2,000 subscribers who's been there from the beginning, I appreciate it. Thank you. Click like, subscribe. Continue to support my channel. My Cash App and PayPal is $ Dr. Leisha the Preacher. You all have a blessed day and Happy New Year again. And don't worry, we're going to get the Wednesdays Cuss Me Out going. I know I've missed the last two, but I'm going to keep, promoting it and shooting for it. I'm going to keep shooting for it. The last two Wednesdays were holidays. So, I've been kind of pulled in that direction with family and stuff. And it's kind of hard to switch gears from, we're having a great time and dinner and meals and stop and, let people cuss me out. It's a little leap there. But but yeah, so we're gonna get that ball rolling. Don't worry. I ain't scared at all. I like a good debate. I love, ironing through difficult stuff. I'm not scared of complicated issues, you know, whether it's political, social, whatever, let's bring it. Sometimes we need to vent, get stuff off our chest, you know. Sometimes you need to be able to blame somebody in order to, unfold it, you know. So, all right, guys, love you. Be blessed. Chat with you later.